All right, and I'm live. So I want to do a really fast live one here just to ask for a little bit of feedback from you guys. I'm in a location right now that the gym that I go to doesn't really allow me to do any recording in there. They've got some kind of bullshit policies that I'm trying to actually trying to combat. So I'm working through that process. But as it stands right now, I can't really do a whole lot of recording. And I've had some people asking for some newer, fresher content. Many of you know that the stuff that I record, or the stuff that I'm pushing out, is things that I've recorded very previously. So the videos that are coming out now are more in the line of like last September. Just by how much I end up recording and my release schedule, I end up having a lot more footage than I'm able to put out. So I'm backlogged quite a lot. So I just wanted to throw something out real fast for you guys. For what's going on, Adam? Good to see you, Bubba. Just wanted to throw something out there real fast for you guys. Just give me some ideas and some things that might be, kind of important or pertinent for you and things that you guys are going through. Maybe little videos that I might be able to do here or there that you guys would be interested in having. So just kind of want to open up the floor for you guys. Leave me some comments, hit me up on Instagram or whatever, and just give me some ideas of some things that you guys would like to see in the near future. And that way, hopefully, I can do some kind of side recording or find a way to do the recording for the things that you guys are looking for, and be able to do some videos that are a little bit more on point for something that you might be looking for, as opposed to some, older training footage and things that I have kind of already built up. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. What's going on, Randy? Good to see you, man. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for, especially for my military, brethren. I know there have been some people that have been asking about the leg tuck, to do a video kind of specifically for the leg tuck. I know that I did a live where I was answering some questions, but to do some kind of demonstration might also be of some use. So kind of in that vein. So anything for my military family, if there's something that would be helpful or beneficial for you guys, let me know. And then if really for everyone, if there's anything out there that I might be able to set aside and record and build up for you guys, let me know. I definitely want to try to be responsive to the things that you guys are looking for as well. Want to thank you guys for the continued support on the channel. The channel's been growing a lot lately. Every single day, that subscriber count's been going up, and it's really kind of cool to see. So most of that is coming from you guys just sharing and giving the channel or showing the channel to new people. So I'm super, super grateful that the channel continues to grow, and I just want to make sure that I remain as kind of responsive as I possibly can be for as long as I can be, and do the videos that you guys are looking for. Randy, what's your question? Shoot, bub. I'm doing my pre-workout right now because I actually am getting ready to go do a session. There's another NCO that I'm here in school with that was asking me some questions, and I'm pretty excited about the opportunity to be able to help him. So he and I are going to meet up in the near future, probably the next 15, 20 minutes, go to the gym and get after it. So hopefully I can help him with some of the things that he has going on. This is like a two-part question. How long would I wait before the next part of the question? All right. How long would I wait before be worried about my shoulder? So that's a tough question. Thanks, Lee. So that's a tough question with the shoulder thing. It's definitely hard to pin down. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different, and obviously the feelings or the symptoms that you're feeling for your shoulder are going to present differently for you than they would, say, for me. Where I would start to be concerned is if, I'd say 2 or 3 weeks were going by and the feeling didn't change, right? So I've mentioned it before, I frequently have issues with my shoulder as well, usually my right shoulder, but my shoulder issue kind of stems from pinching in my neck. So around that kind of thoracic cervical junction, I tend to get, jammed up a bit, and it messes with the nerves and things in my shoulder. So the pain that I feel changes depending on kind of what's happening with my neck. So sometimes I can get, a good movement in my neck, and it kind of, it dissipates the issue that I have. So that the issue that I have changes. So I'm not terribly concerned about the thing that I'm feeling being some kind of a long-term or very acute issue. I've come to recognize it more as of a nerve issue than anything else. So depending on the things that you're feeling, If, 2 weeks went by and it wasn't feeling like it was changing at all, and it wasn't feeling it was getting any better, that might be something that I would look to go and try to get some more in-depth imagery, or, a doctor's, recommendation, have them take a look at what's going on. That's kind of what I would do. You know what, Adam? I'm sorry, man. The email, I actually haven't checked it in a hot second. I'll have to flip over here and take a look at the email. That's my training partner for the day hitting me up. Questions of the program. Okay. So Adam, without knowing what those questions are right off the top of my head, I will respond to you direct via email and give you the answers that you're looking for. What's going on, Arno? Actually, Arno, you're kind of one of the inspirations for me jumping on and doing this live real fast. And, I know that you're talking about wanting to see some fresher footage, and I definitely want to comply. Certainly don't want to get rid of all the other footage that I've had or that I have, but definitely want to throw some fresh stuff in there for you guys as well. So looking for ideas for things that I can be responsive to. It's 3 months, yeah. So Randy, as much as I hate to say it, man, at 3 months, if it's not feeling like it's getting much better, I would go get checked out. I'm not super all about surgical intervention and things like that. There is a point in time where it's necessary, but there is a lot of stuff that doesn't require surgical intervention. So without having any idea specifically what's happening with your shoulder, if you have the means, I would recommend going in and getting yourself checked out by a proper physician and getting some imaging and try to get a better idea. Excuse me, pre-workout. Better idea about what specifically your issue is and what the way forward might be for you. It could be potentially surgical intervention, but it also could be, some rehabilitative stuff. So you just have to talk that through with a physician to have a better bead. Just trying to get an idea of it here on YouTube is probably not going to be super beneficial for you. But suffice to say, if I were feeling the same way after 3 months, I would definitely go try to get seen. So I hope that helps. All right, I had no intention of making this a super long one, but I'm super excited to see some people jumping in and saying hi and stuff like that. So again, just to kind of wrap this one down, I'm going to go train, but I'm looking for some ideas for future videos from you guys. So, please hit me up, Instagram, or, leave a message here or wherever on the email, and I'll do a better job about checking the emails. But yeah, hit me up with some ideas or things that I can do to help you guys, especially, if you got military background or wherever. I want to make sure that I'm catering some stuff for my military brethren and sisters as well. And just want to continue to thank you guys for the support for the channel and support for me. I really, really, really do appreciate it, and just want to say thank you so much. So, okay, cool. Jake, you got a question? You caught me in time, man. Jake probably forgot that I asked a question for squat suits like 2 months ago. Only reason I ask is I'm getting into strongman, and there's an event where there are squat suits. 550 pound for max reps in a minute. Feel the winner will get 8 to 10. However, raw squat is 550. How much will a suit help me? So the suits that you get when you're getting into geared lifting, it's very specific, right? So getting a suit or a shirt, bench shirt, for example, tailored to you can be expensive, right? So getting it actually stitched to your specifications versus it being some kind of a off the shelf type of a thing. That can ramp up the cost of the suit, but it can also ramp up the efficacy of the suit. So the more specific it is to you and the better it fits, the more you'll get out of it. The material will matter too. So you see some of the biggest, heaviest squats ever were typically done in canvas suits because those canvas suits have a lot of stopping power. There has been a lot of development with the poly type suits. So depending on what kind of suit you're going for, whether it be a single ply or multi-ply, that'll definitely have an impact on the carryover that you get from the suit. And like I said, how good it fits will actually give you some carryover. You start to get into kind of a dangerous territory where you're getting those super close fitting suits or shirts because how specific they are to you, right? So that if you gain weight or you lose weight, you will lose efficacy with the suit, either it not fitting right and being too tight, or being too loose and not getting the proper carry or the most carryover from the suit. So it really, really does depend. But if you're a 550-pound raw squatter and you get a multiply suit on, and you learn how to use it, that's the biggest thing with the suits too, is a lot of people discount the amount of technical skill it takes to really learn the suit. Learning the suit is a huge thing. So if you're not already squatting in a suit, there is going to be some learning curve for you. But I would fully expect with a suit for you to be able to, hit over 800 pounds for at least a single, and that'd be with the suit and wraps, speaking multiply. So that wouldn't surprise me if you get over 800 on a single. But again, going down the road of geared lifting is very very difficult because of the specificity for the suit and how well it fits, gaining weight, losing weight, and it's expensive, right? Those suits sometimes are a couple $100s a piece, and then you might have 2 or 3 different suits, and the suits only last but so long, right? There is a shelf life on those things that will fray and tear and rip and all that other stuff. So replacing all that stuff, it starts to get into choppy water, which when I started powerlifting, I was equipped, and then I moved away from it. Now I lift raw, and I enjoy raw more just because the cost is much lower and the ability to pivot, in the meets for me is a lot easier. I'm not so reliant on the equipment being so specific. So I hope that answer helps you, Jacob. Yeah, Adam, like I said, I'll get back to you specifically via email and give you the responses that you are looking for. Do I do gear comps? Randy, not anymore. I was geared when I first started lifting back when I was like 17. So from 17 till like 22, that's pretty much all I did was lift geared. And then I took my break. And then when I got back into it in my 30s, it's only been raw. And I just enjoy raw for the ability to pivot and shift and not be kind of pigeonholed by the gear. So that's that. Arno, still thinking about strongman? No, I'm not. I actually don't really have any interest in getting into strongman at all. I've dabbled with some strongman training here and there just for shits and grins, but generally speaking, I'm not particularly interested in strongman. It actually doesn't excite me the same way that powerlifting does. So I don't think that I will ever really get into strongman or even do any strongman competitions. Plus, with me being, I'm 37, I'm getting into my late 30s. I'm not as flexible as I once was. So for something like something as dynamic as strongman, the risk of injury is a lot higher for me than for someone who's younger and just kind of getting into it. Especially since my body is used to more of a static performance. That dynamic performance would really open up the door for a lot of injury for me. And it's just not something I'm willing to risk at this point in my life and or career. All right, yeah. So, yeah. Well, I think so my biggest problem, Arno, is that when I do something, I don't have to do things. So, it's a little bit rude, but the saying that I've always said is, I don't have fuck, right? So like. I'm not going to half fuck. I'm either going to all fuck or no fuck. So that's kind of how I approach the training or, pretty much everything in my life. I don't have to do things. I either don't do them all at all, or I'm like whole hog all the way in. So for me, if I were to start to get into strongman, what I would want is to be competitive. And it would be something for me that I want to climb the charts and scramble to the top. For me, at this point in my life, I just see that as too much of a risk to try to take on. And I just really enjoy my static stuff, right? And being in one place, picking up something really heavy, and then putting it down generally where I found it. Jacob, you're welcome, man. I'm sorry I'm sorry that I'd forgotten the question at some point in time or hadn't given you a sufficient response. Never, ever my intention not to answer somebody. But it may have been something where I didn't see the question, or I saw it and thought I'll get to it later, and then got wrapped up on some other stuff and it got lost in the shuffle. So I apologize for not being a bit more timely with the response. Yeah, Levi, I hope that I'm pronouncing your name right. Yeah, you're right. I think 45 is definitely not considered super old in this day and age. Whereas maybe in years previous, like 100 years ago, 45 was definitely up there. So yeah, your ability to do things and be engaged and be active in things, I think, is better now than ever with with the growth of nutrition, the better understanding of nutrition, better understanding of recovery, and those types of things, better understanding of training models. Yeah, I think people's longevity in sport is probably better now than it ever was. But there's I wouldn't want to kind of hit the reset on kind of where I stand with things, and yeah, so I'm just happy to kind of plink away at my powerlifting and maybe do some strongman stuff here and there. Yeah. Still fucking set. No, that's not an excuse. That's funny. Speaking of that, let me ping my guy here and let him know. Oh no, he bailed on me. Well, shit. All right, well, going to the gym by my damn self. Okay. Okay, Jacob. Yeah, cool. Well, then I'm glad that I didn't at least outright miss the question, although I'm sorry I confused you. All right, guys, that's it. Way longer than I thought by probably a full 10 minutes. I just was really hoping to get some feedback from the crew here and get some ideas for future videos, things that are going to be important and relevant for you. So find a way to reach out to me if you would, and hit me up with some questions or some ideas for videos that I can make that are going to be a little bit more relevant for you guys. Yeah, I got to do double the sets. Thanks, Randy. Dick move. All right, guys, that's it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave in the chat box below. I appreciate you guys continue to support me in the channel with likes, shares, and subscribes, and helping me grow the channel. So if you guys just continue to show friends and family the videos and things like that, anyone that might be interested, I definitely appreciate that. Remember, guys, no matter what it is you think you can't do, like go train when your fucking partner bails on you. You got to get in and train despite. You're either going to find an excuse, you're going to find a way, and I hope that you guys continue to find a way. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the recommendations for future videos. Can't wait to do them for you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.